Keys to a vehicle open doors of opportunity and elevate your quality of life. The automotive industry provides some 4 million jobs and makes 60 million cars and trucks a year. Hello, everyone. I'm Estela Casas, creative brand strategist for the Viva Auto Group family of dealerships in El Paso, Las Cruces, Albuquerque, and Santa Fe. Let's talk VivaStyle. Good afternoon, everyone. Powering reliability. That's the El Paso Electric Company's slogan and promise. But the utility that provides power to more than 400,000 customers in their education with community partners. El Paso Electric is teaming up with the Viva Auto Group to provide you with information about electric vehicles, or EVs. And joining me today is Angie Rodriguez, who is a part of the senior staff Emergent, you have a long title, Technologies and Innovations at El Paso Electric, and Javier Chacon, who is a spokesman for El Paso Electric. So thank you all for being with us this afternoon. A lot of interesting information to tell everybody today. Now, Viva Ford has a Mustang Mach-E, and I drove that the other day, and we'll be doing stories on that as well. It's fast. Kia has the Niro, Nissan has a Leaf, and Chevrolet has the Bolt. And today we're kicking off a great campaign with the Viva Auto Group. So tell us about the Chevy connection with the Bolt.
Yes, thank you for having us. First of all, we're very excited about this partnership, and we're very happy to announce that today we're launching our Go EV Savings Program with another partner, Viva Chevrolet. And the way it works is that General Motors was very nice to offer discount on all electric Chevy Bolt and Bolt EUV to all of our customers, and those discounts are pretty significant. They range from $8,000 all the way to $17,000, and it's instant. You don't have to apply for it and wait to receive it. It's very instant, and we're in charge of customer education, marketing, organizing events in the community to really educate our customers about the benefits of driving electric and how great it is. I'm an EV owner myself, so if you have any questions to me as an EV owner, I'll be more than happy to share.
Absolutely. And we'll be taking questions from everyone who is watching us via Facebook. And Javier, you were saying that you mentioned a number earlier today about the benefits and the tax incentives.
Yes. So like Angie said, we have this Go EV Savings Program, which is an awesome opportunity for any car shopper that is out there right now exploring what vehicle is perfect for you. The great thing about electric vehicles is that the list of options has grown exponentially. As you mentioned, the Ford Mustang Mach-E. Who would have thought, right? It's rethinking the sports car in an SUV, what we now call EUVs, electric utility vehicles, with Bolt. So I'm also happy to share that not only are we establishing a new partnership with Viva Chevrolet through our Go EV Savings Program, but Viva Chevrolet is actually the first dealership in our entire service region that is now offering the third vehicle in our Go EV Savings Program, which is the Bolt EUV. It's a beautiful car. If you have not seen it, it basically takes the Bolt, which everyone has now come to know and love. Mm-hmm. We've seen great sales of the EV, of the Bolt EV, but now it's the SUV version of the Bolt. And so that will be found at Viva Chevrolet. So I definitely encourage anyone to take advantage of it. But what the incentive is, right now we are seeing, since these partnerships that El Paso Electric has established with dealerships that have joined our Go EV Savings Program, as Angie mentioned, we have now 4 today, with Viva Chevrolet being our 4th. The number of EV sales that we have seen since this partnership has completely surpassed what these dealerships saw in the entire year of last year. And not only that, just the trend of EVs in the border region is definitely growing.
So you talk about national trends. Is El Paso ready? Are El Pasoans ready to switch over to electric vehicles?
I can tell you El Pasoans are ready. We already have over 700 customers that own an electric vehicle or plug-in hybrid, and it's expanding very, very quickly. We're getting notifications that about 50 customers buy an electric vehicle every month now. And as far as national trends, there are over 1.5 million vehicles nationwide, and it continues to grow simply because now those vehicles have great range. You can have 200, 300 miles range. You no longer have range anxiety. they're affordable. You know, you save money on maintenance, you save on gas. It's convenient to charge at home. That's my favorite part. You know, I don't have to go to the gas station. And of course, performance, because people love performance of electric cars. They're super fast due to instant torque. And that's really what people care about, right? A great performance of a vehicle. And electric cars can provide that.
There are several misconceptions. You just talk about range before. So let me give you a little background. I looked this up back in 1841. Was the first notion of an electric vehicle in 1830 in Scotland. It went 1.5 miles at 4 miles per hour and towing 6 tons. And then really when they patented a car, it was going topped 20 miles per hour and it had to recharge every 50 miles. So some of the misconceptions are, gosh, I got to stop at every corner and recharge my car. No longer true. That is a misconception.
That's absolutely right. I'm glad you brought it up because right now, all the new vehicles, they have over 200 miles range. Some are coming up with over 500 miles range. So it's the same range as a gasoline vehicle or even more. So you no longer have range anxiety and you pretty much charge at home. So a lot of people still have a misconception, oh, we need to have a charging station at every corner. Well, guess what? You're not going to use those charging stations. I've owned an EV myself for 2 years. I only use it when I go out of town, but for in-town driving, I just charge at home. It is so convenient. It is more affordable than charging at a public station. And the range of those vehicles is so great. You don't even have to charge every night.
So when you talk about affordability, how much higher is your electric bill because you have to plug in that vehicle?
That's a very good question. Well, it depends on how much you drive. But if you're an average driver, your bill can go up by $20 to $35 a month. But think about the gasoline savings that you're going to have. You're going to save about $100, $150 in gas. So in reality, you're going to have at least $100 more in your pocket by switching to an electric car. Plus, you save on maintenance. Yeah. There is no oil changes, no spark plug changes. It's a hassle-free experience. I love it.
Wow. I was going to ask you about that. So it's maintenance. Well, it's not maintenance free because you still have to, your windshield wipers and your tires and all of those things and the brakes. But is it expensive maintenance to keep up an electric vehicle?
No, it's actually not. So I'm also an electric vehicle owner as well. Recent owner. I purchased my vehicle earlier this year. And it's been a great experience. I mean, and I've driven all different types of vehicles. I've driven a sports car. I've driven a truck. I also have an SUV. I love SUVs. So now that I'm seeing electric vehicles now go EUV, that's great. So when it comes to the maintenance, honestly, it's minimal. You're really thinking, like you said, windshield wipers, brakes, tires, things that we all should typically keep an eye on when we own a vehicle in general. But right now I charge at home, and everyone asks me, how do you charge? So I literally just plug my car into a regular outlet. Literally the
120?
The 120, where
really?
I charge my car the same way I charge my phone. Every night.
Can you go? You're right. That's what we all do. So you can plug in just a regular outlet. You don't need that special 240. Would that speed up perhaps the number of hours that you have to charge?
Yes. So that's correct. You can charge into a regular outlet. So if you have a garage or you have an outlet outside your house, you can definitely plug it in that way. The great thing about these EVs is that they come with the charger already. And that charger is good for when you go on road trips. You take it with you. But if you don't have one at your house, you use that. But you can also use your 240 outlet, which is what typically dryers use, and you find them in your washrooms or in your garage. The round one. The thing with those is the outlet head usually changes, right? So sometimes you just need to make sure that the outlet head actually matches the one that you have with your vehicle. But again, it does speed up the process. So for example, if I charge with a regular outlet at night, I'll probably get around 80 miles for my range, which is more than what I need for my daily commute. If I were to use a 240, you basically double that. And so you get pretty good range in just one night's of charging.
So I go to Viva Chevy and purchase a Bolt and get it at almost half price. And then I take it home and I have the charger with me. Where do you all come in? Where does the El Paso Electric Company come in to make that complete?
Sure, I can address that. So we come in when customer wants to install a second meter for that charging station or for the charger, and we offer them basically a lower electricity rate for charging EVs. It does require a second meter, and customer needs to hire an electrician to wire everything for the second meter, and then we come in, install it, and put customer on the special EV rate, which is very, very good. I'll give you an idea. Our standard rate is about 10 cents per kilowatt hour, and our special rate for electric vehicles is less than 1 cent. So
Wow.
it is a benefit of driving an electric car. You do need to hire an electrician to do the wiring behind the meter, but then we'll come in, install it for you, and you can charge and save even more money.
Absolutely. It sounds like a bargain. Gosh, we're going to have a bunch of people go out to the dealership and order their Bolt.
And I have to say, this promotion, the incentive with the Go EV Savings Program, now launched today with Viva Chevrolet, is the best promotion we have seen out of the 4 dealerships that we have. All dealerships have offered great incentives, but the fact that you are offering a Bolt EV and the Bolt EUV, which is great. If you're a Costco member, you have an added incentive. If you're an Uber driver, that's also an added incentive. And that's just a quick thing that I wanted to mention, Estela, is that this whole notion of transportation, our personal transportation needs, has completely changed. The way social media changed our social interactions, Uber and Lyft has changed the way we manage our personal public transportation. So if you're someone who's considering, is it worth owning a personal vehicle? You have to also ask yourself, where do I live? In El Paso, we're still in a moment where we need our personal vehicle.
Right.
So going EV is definitely the way to go. You save on gas, you save on maintenance. If your bills rely on you paying on working as a Uber or Lyft driver,
You get an extra incentive.
Yeah, you get an extra incentive.
How about insurance? You all know about insurance. I know you take care of power needs and electricity, but how about insurance? Are insurance rates lower or higher for an electric vehicle?
It's actually about the same.
About the same.
Yeah,
Okay.
because what insurance companies do, they can offer you a smart and safeguard discounts, and they consider electric vehicles, all of that. So when I switched to an EV from my gasoline vehicle, my insurance stayed the same.
Okay.
And some of my coworkers that also did the switch, their insurance went down. So it also depends on the price of the vehicle. So you can really compare if you had a $20,000 car, but you went with a $40,000 car, it may go up. But if it's the same type of vehicle in the same class, then it should stay about the same.
You talk about transportation electrification. What is that?
Yeah, I'll let Angie tackle this one.
That's a big word. Those are 2 big words.
It's a lot of things. And at El Paso Electric, we're supporting transportation electrification by focusing on customer education. This is what we're doing with you today. We're also working with home builders to potentially start developing homes that are ready for EV. So when you buy a new home, it has that 240 outlet, and you can just buy a car and come and plug in. We're also focusing on developing rates, like special EV rates for charging, and electrifying our own fleet. We have electrified about 7% of our fleet already, and we're looking forward to doing more. We're also developing programs to support charging infrastructure development here in our community. So last year we filed a plan that will allow us to offer incentives to customers that want to put a charging station at their business or in their home. So it's still going through approval process. It's not an active program, but we're hoping we get this approved. And the last but not least thing that we're doing is preparing our grid for mass adoption of EVs, because they can bring a lot of additional load, and we have to be ready. So we are preparing for this mass adoption of EVs.
And the magic number and the magic date is 2030.
They're actually saying 2028 now.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, they moved it up 2 years.
And something I wanted to quickly add, another piece that is probably not so obvious to any customer, and is also becoming the topic of the day in the electric utility industry, is how electric vehicles are actually a way to better manage our grid when it comes to the maintenance. We saw what happened earlier this year across Texas, and it really brought up the notion of electric utility infrastructure. Electric vehicles can actually help propel the safety and reliability of our grid across the globe. Essentially what happens is that your electric vehicle serves as a storage unit. At night, the majority of our customers are not using electricity.
Unless it's 109 degrees.
Unless it's 109 degrees, which probably will be, as we get deeper into the summer. But that's what we call our off-peak. And we actually now have a program at El Paso Electric where we offer customers to pay a lower rate on off-peak hours. So you shift the bulk of your energy usage at night when it's lower. When do you charge your car?
At night.
At night. So you not only pay less, but you're also using energy at a time where most customers are not using it as well. So it allows us to really balance out the way we are managing our grid. So you save on your pocketbook, you help out the environment, and you also help us maintain the electrical grid. I mean, it's really a win-win-win situation.
So I don't have an electric vehicle. Will my rates go up because I don't have an electric vehicle and you all are getting the discount?
No, because we're not sponsoring the discount. The automakers provide this discount to our customers as a result of our partnership with them. So El Paso Electric is focusing on customer education, outreach, and marketing. So we're not necessarily sponsoring this discount, but we're very grateful to the automakers and local dealerships that are willing to honor this discount, and all of our customers benefit from it.
Okay. Anything you'd like to add that we didn't cover?
The other good thing that we offer is what we call the electric vehicle community. It's free and it's open. Actually, when we first launched it in the fall of last year, we only opened it to electric vehicle owners. But then we decided there are a lot of people who, like me at the time, were super curious about electric vehicles but didn't own one. So I didn't quite qualify to be part of the EV community. We made it very, very prestigious in that way. But now we actually open it up to any customer who wants to learn more about it. And the whole purpose behind it is to educate our customer, showcase a lot of the incentives and benefits of owning an EV, but also it gives us a chance to really identify where those customers sit and live within our service territory. And if you recall, when a lot of customers were making the switch from swamp coolers or master coolers to refrigerated air, refrigerated air uses 3 times more energy. So from a maintenance standpoint, we need to understand where those upgrades are happening so we can upgrade our infrastructure in those neighborhoods. So that way, when it hits 109 or 110, you're not having flickering lights or your power's not going out. Same thing with electric vehicles. When you purchase a vehicle and you're charging at home, it uses more energy. So we need to ensure that we have the appropriate infrastructure in your neighborhood that can support all the new EV owners in that area. One
last question. You said there are about 700 people who own EVs in our community. Where is the largest concentration?
That's a good question.
It's primarily on the west side and actually far east side too. But yeah, it's in clusters, and that's what Javier is talking about. We have to make sure that we're prepared and we're maintaining our infrastructure in those areas right now and then in other areas, because soon everybody will have an electric car, right? So we would encourage everybody to go to our website and register to be a part of EV community. It's completely free. You will get useful information from us, not very frequently, on the quarterly basis. I know you don't want the daily emails, but you will know about our incentives, about our rates, where the charging stations are located here. And you will also get a gift once you purchase an electric car from EP by mail. So please go ahead and register. You don't have to own one yet, but we hope you will in the near future.
Be a part of the electric vehicle community. Okay, Angie Rodriguez, thank you so much, and Javier Chacon, thank you for joining me this afternoon.
Absolutely.
And our goal is to educate everyone on anything cars and in the automotive industry. So electric vehicles are the future, and thank you for answering all the questions.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. It's automotive news you can use. We'd like to hear what you think about our VivaStyle podcast. Send in your questions and suggestions to VivaAutoGroup.com. Be engaged, invested, and entertained with meaningful conversation every week on VivaStyle.